Hi, Erickson Library. It's Rhonda back with another installment of What You Readin' Wednesday. And thank you for joining me each week and checking out some of my book recommendations. I really appreciate it and I really do enjoy it. I love diving into different books and I kind of read all across the board, every type of genre. So if there's ever anything you want to recommend to me, I would love to hear your recommendations and what you're enjoying reading as well. I just finished up with our monthly open book discussion that we have. It's called Rory Readers. If you've never joined us, I highly encourage you to. We're a small but mighty group, but we would love to have it grow in numbers. So we basically don't concentrate on one book that we discuss. We just want you to come talk about what you've been reading, what you have on your to be read pile, talk about your favorite authors. And you know what? Sometimes there's some great insight from discussing maybe books that you didn't enjoy so much. We can learn a lot, I think, from those. So definitely come join us and just join in on the conversation and the fun. So I'm going to start this week. Typically, I do mostly YA picks because I am a teen librarian, but occasionally I do throw some other adult fiction and nonfiction books in there. And I don't know if you noticed, but Outlander fans would probably recognize the necklace I have on. This is a dragonfly in amber, which is the title for one of the Outlander books in the Outlander series. I have that on because February 14th, Valentine's Day, starting on Stars TV, is a TV show called Men in Kilts. And it is basically the TV companion to this book that we currently have at Erickson Library called Clanlands. This cover is actually, this is my personal copy, and this cover is actually the UK version of the book. And at Erickson Library, we have the version, the cover version that was released in the US. So it will look a little different. So this book is written by two of the stars of Outlander, Sam Heughan and Graham McTavish, who play Dougal Mackenzie and Jamie Fraser on the show, which I'm sure you recognize. They're two of the biggest stars on the show and such funny guys. This is a nonfiction book. It says whiskey, warfare, and a Scottish adventure like no other. And only these two could do this. On the back, there's two quotes, one by each of them. I admit I have a childish obsession with tormenting Graham, by Sam Heughan. My tomb will bear the inscription, Blame Sam Heughan, by Graham McTavish. So it says, two men, one country, and a lot of whiskey. As stars of Outlander, Sam and Graham eat, sleep, and breathe the Highlands on this epic road trip around their homeland. They discover that the real thing is even greater than fiction. So with a lot of us, maybe not traveling so much right now, this is a great way to kind of get a tour of Scotland through their eyes. Two native Scottish men in kilts. So I hope you enjoy it. I highly recommend that you check this book out. Okay, and the rest of my book recommendations today are based on books I thought, since Valentine's Day is coming up, some books about relationships in the YA genre. This one is called Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. And this was actually made into a movie, and I highly recommend both the book and the movie. I thought they were both really well done. And I did read the book prior to seeing the movie. I always like to do that. So the book says, my disease is as rare as it is famous. Basically, I'm allergic to the world. I don't leave my house, have not left my house in 17 years. The only people I see are my mom and my nurse, Carla. But then one day, a moving truck arrives next door. I look out my window and I see him. He's tall, lean, and wearing all black. Black t-shirt, black jeans, black sneakers, and a black knit cap that covers his hair completely. He catches me looking and stares at me. I stare right back. His name is Ollie. Maybe we can't predict the future, but we can predict some things. For example, I am certainly going to fall in love with Ollie. It's almost certainly going to be a disaster. Everything, everything. This one is called The Geeks Guide to Unrequited Love. I love the cover on that. It's a guy in a superhero outfit looking very forlorn, sitting on a bench with some deserted flowers beside him. Graham met his best friend Roxy when he moved into her neighborhood 8 years ago, and she asked him which Hogwarts house he'd be sorted into. Graham has been in love with her ever since. But now they're 16, still neighbors, still best friends, and Graham and Roxy share more than ever, moving on from their Harry Potter obsession to a serious love of comic books. When Graham learns that the character of their favorite comic, The Chronicles of Althenia is making a rare appearance at this year's New York Comic Con, he knows he must score tickets. And the event inspires Graham to come up with a perfect plan to tell Roxy how he really feels about her. He's got 3 days to woo his best friend at the coolest, kookiest con full of superheroes and supervillains. But no one at a comic book convention is who they appear to be, even Roxy. So there you go. The Geek's Guide to Unrequited Love. And it is by Sarvenes Tash. This one definitely has a great Valentine's cover on it, and it is called Virtually Yours, and it's actually by the same author, but I just love the premise of this book too, so I did grab both of them to tell you about. How bad can one little virtual lie be? New York University college freshman Miriam Valentine hasn't dated anyone in 5 months, not since her high school sweetheart Caleb broke up with her. So when she decides to take advantage of an expiring coupon and try out a new virtual dating site, it's sort of a big deal. It's an even bigger deal when it chooses as one of her 3 matches none other than Caleb himself. That's got to be a sign, right? Except that one of her other matches, Jeremy, soon becomes her in real life friend. Miriam's heart is telling her one thing, but the app is telling her another. So which should she trust? Is all fair in modern love? Virtually Yours. This is my brain on boys, and this is by Sarah Strohmeyer. Love knows no logic is what the cover of the book says. Addie Emerson doesn't believe in love, not for herself anyway. With 1 year left of high school, she's more interested in snagging a full scholarship to Harvard than a full-time boyfriend. That doesn't mean that she's oblivious to the ways of the heart, or rather, the head, because after months of research, Addie has discovered how to make anyone fall in love. All you need is the secret formula. This is my brain on boys. The Geography of You and Me by Jennifer E. Smith. And this is the last book that I'm going to be reviewing for today. I really like that cover. I just think it's really pretty. Lucy lives on the 24th floor. Owen lives in the basement. It's fitting, then, that they meet in the middle, stuck between 2 floors of a New York City apartment building on an elevator rendered useless by a citywide blackout. After they're rescued, Lucy and Owen spend the night wandering the darkened streets and marveling at the rare appearance of stars above Manhattan. But once the power is back, so is reality. Lucy soon moves abroad with her parents while Owen heads out west with his father. The brief time they spend together leaves a mark, and as their lives take them to Edinburgh and to San Francisco, to Prague, and to Portland, Lucy and Owen stay in touch through postcards, occasional emails, and phone calls. But can they, despite the odds, find a way to reunite? The Geography of You and Me. So I hope that gives you some good book suggestions, some fun reads leading up to Valentine's Day. And I look forward to seeing you next week for another installment of Whatcha Readin' Wednesday. Thank you.